And in your declaration, did you also state that you recanted your statements that you spoke to Mr. Dow in the colder and/or winter months of 2005 or 2006?
Yes.
And in your declaration, did you state that you did not speak to Mr. Dow at all about any of the alleged events that you testified to at trial or that you made to law enforcement, and that all your testimony and statements were false?
Yes.
In your declaration, did you also state, specifically recanting the testimony that Mr. Dow allegedly told you that your testimony at trial, quote, "I don't give a fuck about the punk motherfuckers that's telling on me"? Do you remember recanting that statement?
Yes.
And I'm looking at paragraph 9, if you can look at that.
I'm looking at it.
You see that?
Yeah.
Was that, all those statements and testimony, was that false as well?
Yes.
Okay. In your declaration, you also state that you don't know who Jason Mathis is, and you don't recall ever speaking to him. Is that right?
Right.
In your declaration, you also stated that you came forward with this information now because it's been on your conscience and you deeply regret making the false testimony and statements against Mr. Dow, correct?
Correct.
At the time you executed this declaration, there's a statement in it that talks about that you made this freely and voluntarily. Do you agree you made the declaration freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And that you had a right to counsel of choice and you declined to have counsel represent you, correct?
Correct.
And you voluntarily came here to court today to tell Her Honor about what you're testifying to, correct?
Correct.
Because you feel bad that Mr. Dow was convicted as a result of your testimony, correct?
Yeah, you are
I'll
leading.
I'll
You can
rephrase
ask him
that.
that question.
Do you feel bad that you?
How do you feel?
How do you feel about testifying against Mr. Dow?
Yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah, he should feel bad. He should feel bad. When you can sit there and do that, but I give him credit for coming and, telling the truth. But do you see how they are doing everything in their power to stagnate the record? You do not want him to make a complete record. You do not want this to come out. This is a judge sitting there. If I'm a white boy, this bitch is disturbed by that. Because of my pigmentation in you, she don't got no feeling in this. She don't give a fuck about me being gone 17 years. In her head, it's like, damn, how can I stop this? How can I make this go away? I mean, damn. And instead of her checking the prosecutor, because at this point, bitch, you ought to be disgusted with them. Especially when all of this, especially when you take, 1 and 1 is 2. I don't give a fuck what language we're speaking. Chinese, Hungarian, Spanish, French. It don't add up. When you look at it and you go, okay, he's in jail. The moment you say, if I'm a little white boy and I'm sitting there and this man come to court and say that he lied about the December the 5th day, and then I got a police record, government record to show that he is in fact incarcerated, this bitch is disturbed by that. She'll have a whole nother way of communicating with those prosecutors if there was some black prosecutors and I was a little white boy. I can assure you that. So how is she honorable in any stretch of the imagination? This bitch is foul. She needs to be piss tested immediately. Right then. They should have came in, TT bitch, because you tripping. Yeah. Tinkle, tinkle. Get your ass over here to the restroom, and we're gonna do it. And we're gonna stand over you while you do it. You do not let this bitch go in there. You treat her like a parolee. You treat this bitch like a fugitive because she conducted herself like a criminal. So I have no respect for her.
And just to further clarify, in paragraph 9, I know you said you recanted all of it, but also that where you said at trial, Again, I don't give a fuck about the punk motherfuckers that's telling on me, because around here, motherfuckers would come up missing, like that bitch, the bitch NIGGERS that did the shit to Dre, or that your testimony that he didn't give a fuck about people that was telling on him, or the dumbass police that was looking for him. In your declaration, you stated that those statements at trial and that testimony was false, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you also remember a trial where there was a dispute about whether this conversation also occurred between 2005 or 2006? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. And at the first pretrial hearing, do you remember that you said this conversation happened at 2006?
Objection, Your Honor, we're leading again.
Yeah, you are leading. The objection sustained. You
Okay.
gotta figure out how to ask the
Okay.
question
Okay.
without leading.
Okay. The dates that were given to you, that you made up all these dates and all these allegations, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And you did that because you were,
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Your
You
Honor,
are
I'm going to
leading.
make a record.
Okay,
I believe
you
I shouldn't
can't
be allowed
lead.
to lead this witness.
Okay, I understand that's what you think.
Okay.
Okay, but the objection is to leading is sustained.
Okay. Well, if I can approach Your Honor, please.
Sure, sure. Okay, so what do you,
I'm
what?
showing you what's been marked as proposed Exhibit 3.
What is it, proposed 3?
So, proposed 3 is, these were records that were provided by the San Francisco District Attorney. So I'm just showing him these records that involve also the mugshot of himself.
You're showing him records that were developed by the San Francisco DA's office?
I'm asking to verify that this is him in the photo.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. There's a subset Exhibit B, the Fulton County Jail mugshot. Is that you in that photo?
Yeah.
And is that photo from when you were in custody, as I mentioned, in November and December of 2005?
Yeah.
I'm showing you what's also included in the same exhibit. This is sub-exhibit L. This is another booking photo. Is that you in that photo as well?
Yeah.
That is not, I don't know what that is.
And exhibit M,
Okay, when you're referring to L and M, the clerk is telling me we don't have exhibits that are marked L and M.
Okay,
So
so-
can you, are you talking about Exhibit 3?
yes, Your Honor, these
Okay.
are sub-exhibits within Exhibit 3. These are all contained
Okay,
within...
so it's all Exhibit 3
That's correct.
when you refer
That's
to
okay.
sub-exhibits?
That's okay. I'm
Thank
just
you.
referring to help identify it more
All right,
accurately.
so it's a document within 3,
Within
which
Exhibit
is...
3,
Thank
correct,
you.
Your Honor, sorry about that. This is a booking photo within Exhibit 3, cover sheet M. Do you recognize that person? Is that you?
Yeah.
I'm within the same exhibit, Exhibit N, like Nancy. Is that you in that booking photo as well?
Okay, so the sheet, the cover sheet that's identified as N, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor,
Okay.
yes. I was trying to save time, but apparently that didn't work. Exhibit O, within Exhibit 3, as we were just discussing, it's all within the same
Okay,
exhibit.
again, it's going to
Okay,
be too
Can I
confusing.
just call it O, Your Honor?
Call what O?
Cover sheet O, is that okay? Cover sheet O of Exhibit 3. Is this you in that booking photo? That's a yes?
Yeah.
Exhibit 3, cover sheet P. Is that you in the booking photo as well?
Yeah.
I just want to back up. On cover sheet M, in the booking photo, it lists your name, your actual name as last name Cantrell, correct?
Yeah.
And your first name is spelled as Antoine in this document, correct?
Yeah.
When they asked you to spell your name this morning, you spelled your name as Antione. Is there a reason why your name is spelled differently, or have you referred to yourself with different spellings?
Yeah, I guess. Simple mistake.
And in prior cases against you, you also did you go by the last name Cantrell as well?
Yeah. Whatever name you got down, I done went by it.
Okay, thank you. On cover sheet P of Exhibit 3, is this you in that booking photo as well?
Yeah, that's me. Look like me in all those pictures I just
Okay,
seen.
good. I know it seems, like excessive, but I just have to do it for the record, sir. As far as Exhibit 3, cover sheet Q,
Yeah, that's me.
that's you.
That's me.
Same exhibit, cover sheet R, that's you,
that's
correct?
Me. That's me too.
Thank you.
Yeah, see what the lawyer is establishing, look how many motherfucking times this nigga done been booked and charged with shit. And he ain't did no time. That nigga probably did no more than 3 months. And I'm talking about he is making Class A felonies. This nigga from pimping and betting on a minor to burglary, I mean, it ain't no telling what else the fuck he done did. They didn't let the nigga off from questioning him for murder. His number is in the dead for a motherfucker's phone. They turn around, pivot to the Mac. Now, if that shit would have been the other way around and my name or my number would have been in a dead motherfucker, was the last one that talked to him, oh, man, what? Nigga would have been under the jail with no bail on his way to the penitentiary. But they pivot right off this nigga. And look at all these bookings. This nigga done damn near went from A to Z. Booking sheets. Okay, go ahead. It's another one. It's another one. In the words of the great DJ Khaled, bitch, it's another one. It's another one. And another one, and then another one, and then another one after that.